Kia ora, Koto. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 41 of Only a Podcast. Say hello, Captain.
Hello, Captain. Kia ora whanau. Yeah, that's all good. It's all good. Sunny outside.
Yeah, it's
cold.
beautiful.
It's lovely. It's lovely. It's like what we want spring to be, except it's fooling us into a false sense of security because there's much more winter still to come.
Yeah, not quite spring yet, is it? No, you've got to get till November for that.
No.
Yeah. But there we go.
Yeah.
Never mind.
So, yeah.
We've been up
Today, what I've been up to, I don't know, really. Not much. We've been both listening to some more Mercury albums, so we'll talk about that. And what else? TV shows, and of course the Women's World Cup. Hence the only bit of England merch that I've got that I'm wearing today.
Yep. Nice.
80s.
Nice. All right, we'll go straight into that, shall we? Been bloody good, isn't it?
It's been absolutely fantastic.
Yeah.
Every match had something about it, something of interest.
Yeah.
I don't think I was bored for, well, not very long anyway, but they were, all the teams have had something to show and be good at, and the sort of increasing standard of football is just amazing.
Yeah.
The fact that it's got this nation interested, the fact that I saw an article the other day saying, are penalties the best way to end a football match? Just a discussion that we've been having for the last God knows how long.
30 years.
They're starting to have those discussions in New Zealand now.
Well, we talked about it the other day, right? So
yeah,
how far away are we from, obviously we've got all the technology that's tracking everything that's going on. How far away are we from, VAR or whatever, plus AI?
Yeah,
working out what's the best team, and on a big screen in the stadium, they can see England have got 61 points, Spain have got 58 points. They've got to play a bit better to get up, win on points like boxing,
Yeah, shot off target, half a point,
Yeah,
all
exactly.
That kind of stuff.
Foul, lose 10 points,
Speedy run down the wing.
Yeah,
all that kind of thing. Yeah,
and that'll be the day that football dies, of course, when that happens. But I did hear a good suggestion. You've probably heard this one before, right? So you still have penalty shootouts, but you do it before the game.
Yeah.
Do penalties before the game. So, but I can't get my head around, would that make it a better game or a worse one? Not sure, because you'd have one team playing for a draw, or one team playing for a win.
Well, at least they wouldn't be playing for penalties.
Yeah, true.
Kind of thing. So, sometimes in the penalty matches, it sort of shuts down in the last 20 minutes as they're all too tentative to do anything.
Yeah, can't take
at least with that kind of method, penalties first means that at least one team is going to have to go for it.
Yeah. And imagine if there's a real underdog that happens to win the pre-match penalty shootout. That puts the cat among the pigeons, doesn't it? So
kind of does.
Yeah, but so it's been brilliant. I saw a statistic. I'm sure you saw it this morning on the news. Australia v England semi-final, the biggest TV audience in Australia ever for anything. Yeah. That's bigger than the Rugby World Cup final with Australia. That's it's huge.
It's huge.
So hopefully they'll start paying them properly now. And
there is that.
Yeah, so it's been great to be part of it. I've really enjoyed it. I've been to 3 of the games down here, and it's just excellent every second of it. So yeah, come on England for the final. It might be after the final by the time you hear this, but there we go.
Yeah.
Right, we've got a couple of albums to do, haven't we? As you regular listeners will know, there's the Mercury Prize, 12 nominees, and we're going to go through. Last year we did all 12 albums, both of us, and I think it was a bit much, so we're doing 2 each per episode. So, do you want to do your first one? What you got first?
I do the first one that I have touted before, but not any lengthy description of it. Jessie Ware, that exclamation mark feels good, exclamation mark. As mentioned previously in episode 36, good Lord, that's not long ago. So, Jessica Lois Ware is a Londoner, and she was born in 1984. And she went to school with Florence Welch, Jack Benyate, and Maccabee.
Oh,
the Maccabees.
A Maccabee.
So it's kind of a musical school. That was. First known to me on the release of her debut album, Devotion, in 2012, which I did buy. It was a UK number 5 album. and it's got one of the finest pop songs of the tens, if not the millennium. Wildest Moments, brilliant song. So, but instead of the kind of smooth soul of that and the later records, That Feels Good is a full-on disco tribute, expertly produced to sound like a full-on disco tribute by Stuart Price and James Ford. A long list of popular musicians have fallen over themselves to work with either of those two. Yeah, fellas.
James Ford just did the new Blur album, didn't he? I think.
Is he on the Blur one? Certainly, the Arctic Monkeys. He's done Monkeys albums in the past.
Yeah.
If not this current one. Archie's a great singer, and it just comes off.
It's a belter, isn't it? We've had it playing in the house. It's a great album, yeah.
But whether a disco album is kind of is the Mercury Prize arty? Is a disco album arty enough? Who knows? But frankly, who gives a damn? Really, it's very, very good, and also quite frivolous. But who cares? You know?
That's right.
Yeah. So that was one of my ones.
Okay.
Shall I do the other one?
Yeah, you do your other one.
Go on then. So talking about James Ford, I'm pretty sure that The Car by Arctic Monkeys has been produced by him. I may be wrong. You can correct me. But and then I sort of realised that the Arctic Monkeys have been doing it, being the Arctic Monkeys for more than 20 years, which maybe kind of disqualifies them from being in the Mercury, really. I don't know.
I don't know. Radiohead have won it 3 times, haven't they? The Mercury.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
At least they kind of displayed some kind of progression. No, I'm not going to say that. The Arctic Monkeys have progressed. It's where they've progressed to.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I don't think this is anything new for them. Bearing in mind the last couple of albums. And I quite like a couple of songs off this one, but it just seems to be ticking over for me. And I looked up on Setlist FM, their latest gig list, and they performed 3 songs from this album. And I guess, well, okay, you've been at it 20 years, but so you'd need to do a back catalogue scour. But, and I'm not foolish enough to expect to return to the days of the earlier records completely, but I don't know, all this kind of lounge stuff is a bit it's getting a bit samey for me.
Yeah, I agree. They've done that and they need to move on now. And I'll find it. Of course I listened to this album. Well, I don't even know if I got to the end, to be honest. It's one of them. It's so it's not going to win. I'm sure it's not going to win.
I'm fairly sure.
Yeah. It is what it is. Well, the 2 albums I picked them completely at random, and it turns out they're very, very similar to my old ears. There's 2 London-born, say, urban female artists. So I'll do Shygirl first. The album's called Nymph. It's her debut album. Blaine Muse is her real name. Londoner, part of a record label and collective called Nux. I don't know. This is not my world at all. But what I can tell you is it's really good. I mean, it's kind of hip hop, R&B, rap beats. It's very every track on Spotify's got an E next to it, so it's quite explicit. And but it's apart from top-notch production. It's the lyrics are, let's say, sexually charged in a way of a woman expressing that stuff, in the way men have done in music for many, many years. So she's not afraid to talk about that stuff from a woman's perspective. And it's great. It's a really good record. I can't say too much because, as I've said before, this isn't my genre. I've got no reference points for this. But it's good because it opens your ears a little bit and you go, oh, God, this is good. And I find myself with this kind of music listening to the lyrics more than anything. And the production, because the production is really sweet. It's obviously all computer generated. There's no acoustic guitars on there or anything like that. But really good stuff, that sort of industrial hip-hop trap stuff, So, that's a good record. I've been listening to that a bit. And the other one, again, is very similar. It was by RAYE. That's RAYE.
Yeah.
The album's called 21st Century. Sorry, it's called My 21st Century Blues. real name Rachel Keane, another London-born artist. She went to the Brit School. She's one of those Brit School alumni, and she won a BBC Newcomer Award or something in 2017. She's actually, again, I'm not up to date with any music. She's actually a bit of a household name. I asked my daughters, and they're like, "Yeah, of course we know who RAYE is." Now, there was a song that was all over the radio back in 2016 by a person called Jax Jones, and the song was called "You Don't Know Me." It was everywhere. You've heard it. You know the song. Well, that was actually RAYE doing the vocals on that. She's also done vocals so she was a bit of a session singer, I guess, for Jonas Blue, David Guetta, all those people who I never listened to. Disclosure, all those people, no idea who they are. But this album was her. She's been signed to Polydor, I think, and it was a bad relationship with the record label. It didn't go well, so she got away from the record label, and this is her doing her own thing. Again, very similar in style to the other album I talked about. This album has actually got a #1 single on it called Escapism. So she's a big pop star. I had no idea. It's just not my world, but she's a big pop star. Again, very raw, emotive lyrics. My favourite song on this album is probably it's called Body Dysmorphia. It's exactly that. So she talks about stuff like that and mental health and all that. So really get your head around the lyrics. But of these two albums, very similar, but I think I like the RAYE one better. I think it's top drawer. So cool. If you haven't listened to them yet, give them a listen. They're good.
Yeah,
so we've just got probably 4 more of the Mercury to go. So do a couple more each. Yeah, next episode. But I've enjoyed listening to them. Yeah. I'm glad I didn't get Arctic Monkeys. Glad you pulled that one out of the hat because I didn't really want to review that one. So who else have we got? Let's have a quick look at the last 2. So we've got Olivia Dean.
Oh, yeah.
Lloyd Carner. And we've got Jockstrap. I've listened to that one already. And what's the last one?
And the Mighty Young Fathers.
Young Fathers, of course.
We haven't talked about yet.
Yeah. So we'll decide which 2 each we're going to do of those. And yeah. So
great.
Apart from that, so Only Murders in the Building is back.
Yes, I did see that.
We're very, very pleased about that. 3 episodes have been released. We haven't watched the 3rd yet, but guess what? There's been a murder. Guess what? They've decided they're going to try and get to the bottom of it. It's brilliant. It's great. It's got some big names in it. Meryl Streep's in this 3rd series, and Paul Rudd. Yes, there's some big names in it, and it's just great. You haven't watched it yet, have you? You must.
Wherever it's Disney Plus, yeah.
Yeah,
Disney Plus. Yeah, we're having a bit of a holiday from Disney Plus at the moment. So maybe when we discover that when we go back to it, if it's still on there, we might pile in.
Yeah, well, we did that. We hadn't had Disney Plus for a while because we had Apple TV for Ted Lasso, and Neon for something else. So they've both gone now. So it's back to Apple TV, back to Disney Plus. So Only Murders in the Building, right back where it left off. Good stuff.
Great.
Yeah.
Nice.
What have you been watching? What have you been watching? Any telly, any films, any of that stuff?
Too much. We have. I have seen, although not on the same day. We didn't do a Barbieheimer. I haven't really prepared maybe next time I'll say more about them, but we have seen both Barbie and Oppenheimer on separate days. Both recommended for a variety of different reasons. Oppenheimer is the long watch, as it were.
3 hours, right?
Both of them are stuffed full of famous people acting away. Oppenheimer is just flush with practically everyone you might want to see. And if Cillian Murphy's not down for an Oscar, there's something wrong, basically, because he's just kind of luminous in it. He's absolutely great. So
did you do this,
maybe a little bit more about that next time, but yeah.
I hope to have seen that by next episode as well. Have you done the stuff quiz? I don't know if you ever do the stuff quiz. We always do it at work on a Friday, but there's a question about Oppenheimer in the stuff quiz this morning. It's a 3-hour movie. It only took 15 minutes, 57 57 hours. No, 57 days.
Hours,
yeah. No, 57 days to film it. That's all right, isn't it?
Wow.
It's good going.
That's well, yeah.
But Barbie took a bit longer.
Yeah, the production. If talking about Oscars, yeah, if there's not an Oscar in the sort of production department for Barbie, they should be just creating that world on screen. Just something else, really. Yeah, really good.
Yeah, it would have been easy to CGI a lot of that, right? But I think a lot of it was, was built.
Models. Built.
Yeah,
it was.
Great stuff. Yeah, I've been told by several people that I really should go and see it, the Barbie film. It's not what you think.
No, it's not. I think we said last time around, it's kids will enjoy the colours and some laughs, but it has plenty of adult points.
Got a message
to be made. Message. Yeah. So.
Okay. Good.
Give it a try. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll do. We've talked about football quite a bit over the last few episodes. I realise that, and sorry to anyone that isn't interested in football. We're not really that sort of podcast, but it's been quite a big deal culturally recently. So I've got one more thing to talk about when it comes to football. I've got a new team. I support a new team now. I still support the old team, obviously. Still, obviously, West Ham. But I've got a new team because I'm a bit over the Premier League and all that. So I've got a new team, and there's only one team for me, and that's Forest Green Rovers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you know much about Forest Green Rovers, but they're in Gloucestershire in England, and they're the world's first vegan football club. Their carbon-neutral stadium and all their food is vegan and everything's green, and it's brilliant. So I thought, they're the club for me. So I've been following them. I followed them on all the socials and all that, and since then they've lost 3 and won 1. Since I started following them, so that's good going.
Okay.
They lost 3 at home and won 1 away, which is but I just saw in the news this morning that Troy Deeney has just signed for them as a player coach.
Oh, yeah.
So because they had Duncan Ferguson, didn't they, for a while? I don't think he was a natural fit.
We mentioned that last time.
Yeah, we did mention that
a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah, he wasn't a cultural fit, I don't think. But so it's my new team. We are FGR.
Cool.
I might even buy a shirt.
Why not? I mean, I mean, I sort of follow Halifax Town, FC Halifax Town, as they're known these days, since they had to resurrect themselves from extinction a while ago. So I generally buy a shirt if I like it and that kind of thing, just to give them a bit of support from over here. They did quite well last year. They won the cup, the sort of lower leagues.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Cup for the second time. So
because we had our football celebration episode, didn't we, a little while ago?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. That probably won't happen again, but there you go.
Yeah. Let's see.
I've got a new toaster.
Oh,
so, yeah.
Right.
So the old toaster, it's probably 10 years old. And needless to say, it's thrown out a lot of slices of toast over those years, thousands of slices of toast. And it was all right. It's one of those Russell Hobbs chrome, looks like a classic old-fashioned toaster, 4-slot chrome, the one. But just lately, it's a bit beaten up. It's got a dent in it. I think it got dropped somewhere down the line, and it's come all the way from England. And it's just looking a bit tired, and we don't think it's working so good. So it's okay, time to retire this, the toaster retirement home. So we need to go somewhere where we're never going to buy better. Briscoe's, obviously. 120% off or something like that, whatever
was
it was.
Was there a sale on? By any chance, was there a sale on?
There was a sale on toasters, another extra thing on Breville toasters, and then another discount across the store. It's brilliant because you fill your thing with $400 of stuff and you get to the checkout. That'd be $61, plate. What?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, fantastic.
Sorry, did you scan all that? Anyway, it's got this new toaster. It's got lights and buttons and that, and it's crap. Yeah. It's crap. It's just crap. And talking to people about it, they're like, new toasters are all crap. And it's crap. It takes 6 minutes to do a slice of toast. The old one used to take 3.
Jesus. No, that's not good.
Got it on full blast, 6 minutes. And it's not right. But it's not, I don't know if you can take something back to the shop just because it's crap or not, when it's actually not faulty. I could make it faulty, of course.
Yeah.
I was speaking
disappointment.
It is.
I mean, I had one of those. Like we biffed it now. One of those full-on vintage Dualit
those things.
toasters, you know, the mechanical,
Yeah.
creaky timers and all that kind of thing. And that would do a slice of toast in 2 minutes, which was really good.
Yeah.
For all their sort of clunkiness, it did actually do what it was supposed to do.
Well,
make a piece of toast quickly.
I've got because cafes use them and they churn them out fast, and but I've got a little bit of a problem with Dualit. Really, I think they're I think they get a bit more credit than they deserve as a brand, as a product. I mean, I've got a Dualit coffee machine, an espresso machine, and it's all right. The coffee's all right, but the drip tray at the bottom that catches the drips, it goes, that just vibrates and starts working its way out.
Oh,
right, so I've had to fashion a bit of Velcro to hold that in place, right? Yeah. I've also got a Dualit coffee grinder, which I got for nothing off of eBay. And it's been going for years, don't get me wrong, but it's the same thing. The little hopper at the bottom, if you don't hold it in place, it comes out.
Works its way out.
So, and I looked at Dualit toasters, probably when I bought the previous one, and how they're a massive fire hazard, and quite a few houses have burned down because the timers go wrong.
Yeah.
And Dualit won't acknowledge it as a problem. So there's been a few houses have burnt to the ground because of a Dualit toaster. I think they, I'm not a fan of Dualit products, let's put it that way.
Oh.
So I might give Briscoe's a ring and see if I can bring it back just for being crap.
You could also try with Briscoe's, as I did when I last went. What did I buy? Oh, I went for a walk. And I sort of looked on the weekend, on online, see what they've got. I thought, I'll have that one there. And it had, strangely enough, it had money off. Yeah. And I went in on the Monday morning and they still had the signs up, but the sale had finished.
Yes.
So I said to the guy, "Oh, you've still got the signs up," and he had to do this long, involved fiddling with the till to make it saleable again. So he gave it to me for the price that was on display, as he should have, of course.
Yeah, of course.
But, so that sometimes you can actually persuade Briscoe's into having a sale on a day when there isn't a sale for that particular bit of equipment. So you could try that as well.
I mean, it's. I mean, this was, I think it was $200, this toaster, and we got it for about 80, honestly. Yeah. And but no, it's not good. But actually, speaking of making it faulty, I forgot to mention that I was going to talk about this today. Did a big repair job on the tumble dryer last week.
Oh, God.
Because the belt had snapped, the drive belt had snapped. So, it was getting hot, but it wasn't turning round. So, so a bit of Googling and then pop the top off. Oh, yeah, drive literally snapped. So I got a new drive belt for $17. Arrived 2 days later. Right, let's do this. How hard can this be? Well, in my drawer here are the 6 leftover screws. But fixed it. A couple of hours. A drive belt, you've got to get right in there. So completely stripped the thing down. Gave it a good clean out, and it's fine. I mean, I can fix stuff. It's good. But I've fixed my tumble dryer for $17. Which would have probably cost me $300 to get a person in to do it. So that was all right. The washing machine's looking it's a bit noisy and a bit jittery now. So it's washing machine's next. Yeah.
Oh, God.
But that was fun.
Yeah, the trials and tribulations of kitchen equipment. It's just, I don't know.
It's a nightmare. Oh, I should have said, for those that don't know Briscoe's, if you're outside of I think, are they only New Zealand or are they Australia as well?
No, I'm not sure.
Don't know, but it's a store that sells home goods, electricals and bedding and cookware and all that business. But they've always got massive sales on, and always. Yeah, and it's good. They sell good stuff as well. It's not crap usually. Yeah,
we might put an advert in the links on the website just so you can get the full Briscoe's experience with the Briscoe's lady.
Yeah, who's been on the adverts for about 40 years.
Been the Briscoe's lady for so long.
Anyway, we're not sponsored by Briscoe's or Breville
or anyone.
Yeah, or definitely not Dualit. Yeah, a couple of RIPs, I think, aren't there?
Just a couple, yeah.
Well, 3 actually. Got a new one from last night.
Oh, crikey! There we go. We must mention Robbie Robertson, the Hawks, the band, backing Bob Dylan. The Basement Tapes album, and probably the proponents of retiring to a big house in the country to make records, which a lot of people seem to do after they did it. So music from Big Pink was said record in the Big Pink house. The band, self-titled album, Stage Fright, I saw all great stuff. And people like Traffic and Fairport Convention thought, that's a good idea. Let's go and make records in the countryside. So that's what I did. Brilliant. Brilliant stuff. Anybody sticking with Bob and following his every move is to be commended, really. Excellent. So we might put a couple of links up to some of Robbie's solo stuff as well, because one or two of those albums were quite spectacular. I think there's a self-titled album. Was that his debut? Could have been. I think it's just called Robbie Robertson, and it is really cool.
Okay.
Who else did we say goodbye to? What, Jamie Reid, the Sex Pistols, best known for being a Sex Pistols designer. The flag, the sleeves, the Never Mind the Bollocks sleeve, yellow and pink, and people were outraged when it was in the window of Virgin Records. Sort of groundbreaking graphic design, I think. Yeah. And
another one very recently was Michael Parkinson. Parky. Yeah.
So I got a lot of texts about that, including from you.
Yeah. Bit of a legend, really, I guess.
That's just one of those shows that I think we've said before, that I was sent off to my grandparents' house on Saturday night so my mum and dad could go out and allowed to stay up and watch things like that. So we watched an awful lot of Parkinson when I was a kid. And they were all great. They were all great. The notable Billy Connolly interviews, for to name just one. But
course.
He got the big people, didn't he? He got Muhammad Ali and Raquel Welch and Eddie visiting Sammy Davis Jr. Amazing.
Was he the first? Was he the first chat show host in the UK? Because you had ITV's answer was Russell Harty, right?
That was post.
Was there anyone
Parkinson
before that? I don't know if there was.
Not
in that sense
that I'm aware of. I think he sort of defined the genre, didn't he? Really?
Yeah, I guess America had people. Well, America had.
I would think so.
Before that, but it'll be greatly missed. Leaves quite a legacy behind him. So,
yeah.
Okay, I reckon we're done. We've done just about the right amount of time for this episode.
I reckon that's it.
Yeah. So, cool. We'll see you next time, folks. Please remember to like, subscribe, share, all those things we talk about. All that. Yeah. Or write us a letter. Just write us a letter. Yeah. That'd be nice. Send us a postcard. And all those things. Good luck to the Lionesses on Sunday.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. Good luck to Sweden on Saturday.
The worst fixture in football. Third place playoff. I mean, who would? You've got to get yourself. You've been crushed. In the semi-finals, both of them, and you've got to get yourself up for one final TV money-earning game. Yeah,
but there's a medal in it for them, I suppose.
Whether you get a
fourth place, get crushed twice, don't they?
Fourth place. England were fourth last time, weren't they? I think.
Yeah, I think they were. Yeah. So there we go.
Not this time.
No, this time we'll get it right. In keeping with your shirt you're wearing, I think.
Indeed.
Yeah. All right, folks. Stay safe, be cool, and we'll see you next time. Say goodbye, Captain.
Goodbye, Captain.
See you, folks.